I got to go down south to C.J. Stroud. The tape that he put out yesterday is about as good as we've seen from any quarterback in the NFL this year. The quick release showed up. The ability to throw guys into open windows showed up. The strength to drive it downfield showed up. And then the ability to throw it anywhere indifferent of the coverage was awesome. 12.9 yards complete per completion. He is averaging so far in the first month. That's second in the NFL behind Tua. Spectacular, C.J. Stroud.
This was a hell of a game between the Washington Commanders and Philly Eagles, but I thought Nicholas Morrow was phenomenal. Getting after the passer in the blitz, coming off the line of scrimmage, being a part of the blitz, using some blitz coverage and combos to get free to the quarterback. He had a phenomenal game and a huge impact on this game. This was a real divisional game between two teams that know a lot about each other.
Damar Hamlin is a story that we've all loved to follow. To see his journey back from a January 2nd injury that almost took his life. Damar Hamlin was not the starter. Jordan Poyer was out, but he had an opportunity to run down on the first kickoff that resulted in a touchback. And that touchback touched all of our hearts. For a guy like Damar to not only inspire his team, his locker room, but an entire country, it's truly amazing to see him back on the field.
Yes, sir.
What a story, and well said, RC. All right, this was really cool to see. RC pointed it out, but you can't see it enough. His first game back, Damar, since that cardiac arrest January 2nd. And second quarter, the score is tied, 14 Bills inside the end zone. And Josh Allen out of the shotgun, scrambling around, finding Stephon Diggs. And Stephon made that count, okay? The Bills up 21-14. 3 minutes left in the half, 21-14. Allen, once again, Dan, hitting Diggs on the side.
Play action pass was a huge part of the game yesterday. And then Steph's ability to just get the ball in his hands with the low socks, like RC said this morning. Special play on the perimeter.
The Bills take the 31-14 lead into the half, and early in the third is where we'll pick it up. The Dolphins looking to cut down the lead. All the talk had been no one's beaten these Dolphins. Well, the Bills had other plans. Tua Tagovailoa finding Braxton Berrios in the back of the end zone for the touchdown.
Really good job with his eyes. Get that corner to bite the flat and then drive the corner to the pylon.
Failed 2-point conversion. Then third quarter, Dolphins still trailing, and Tagovailoa drops back, throws it high though, and intercepted. Micah Hyde saw that one coming.
It was a kind of an example of a tremendous performance by all 11 on Buffalo's defense.
All right, so the Bills with the ball after another Dolphins turnover. After the Dolphins turnover there, Allen says, "Oh yeah, let me throw that."
At some point, was Vic Fangio going to get Cole?
No, after the game.
Golly.
Okay, entering week 4, the Dolphins were the big favorites to win the AFC, as I mentioned. A 45% chance to make it to the Super Bowl, according to ESPN Analytics. But the Bills flipped the script with their win. They're now 40% favorites, up from 17% entering the week. Miami and KC, about equal, as you see there. The Ravens took a big step forward with their win over Cleveland to be the 4th favorite. That AFC is tough any way that you look at it. But, RC, how was Buffalo able to keep that electric Miami offense that we've all been talking about at bay?
Well, it helps when your offense plays as well as Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills did. So now you get them out of character. They can't stay with the run game. Some of those condensed formations that go from run to play action don't really matter because you aren't biting up on that run. But also, let's think about this. Milano and Bernard playing in the inside. I thought being undersized could work against them, but you saw the pursuit. You saw the aggression, the violence at the point of attack. And then on the back end, a beautiful 2-safety alignment. Whether it was 2 deep, cover 4, palms where you're reading number 2 on the inside. They did everything they needed to do on the back end to make Tua Tagovailoa pump the football and not be able to just follow his reads and progressions, which he's used to.
I thought they did a great job of not overreacting to the motion that we've kind of talked about with Miami's offense. And then you talk about not giving him number 1, essentially. Like, they didn't listen to Tua's eyes. And the interception by Micah Hyde is the perfect example of how they did this. So they're going to motion inside out. We've seen that so much from Miami's offense. And you're really trying to impact, if you're Tua, that middle linebacker and that backside safety. He's going to stare to the bottom of the screen because that's where Tyreek Hill is. Now, a couple things stand out. Number 1, Milano jumps it right now, takes it away. Tua's thinking, when I'm staring there, that linebacker is going to move that way and I can rip this seam. That middle linebacker never pays attention to Tua's eyes. He's actually staring at the wide receiver, the tight end on that bending seam. Tua lets it go thinking he's going to be open no matter what. And he actually misses this throw high because he sees the color of that defender. It was really a perfect example of them not listening to Tua's eyes. And we've talked about that. It's been so impressive. And thinking, well, we know you're looking over there for a reason, not to throw the ball. You actually want to throw it away from where you're looking. It was a masterclass by Sean McDermott and their defense.
Line of scrimmage was phenomenal. If you think about Think about last week when Belichick was trying to take those first reads away by giving some simulated pressure. But I thought up front, I said it last week, you got to cut the head off the snake, and that's Tua, and confuse him, to your point, Dan. But up front, this defensive line, the conversion from run to pass was phenomenal by these guys. When they started recognizing that all of this stuff was eye candy to get us to slow down in our rush, they got off blocks. Ed Oliver and Jones had phenomenal days on the interior, but it was because they didn't pay attention to everything that was going on and focused on keys and clues on their men, and they were able to transition the pass rush.
So they got home. I want to ask you, they've been so great at getting the ball into his hands. Is there something that they did defensively that did that to allow the rush to get home?
No, absolutely. They did it, but they moved in and out of coverage, and they didn't react to Tua Tagovailoa. And if you watch the way they play, they're a simple offense, which most great offenses are, and they're getting very similar to what Tyreek and the Kansas City Chiefs were, where if you can locate Tyreek, you can kind of get a sense of what the route combos will be.